He just straight up lit up Brutus. He just lit him up. Hello and welcome back to Nerddom. My name is Matt. Thank you so much for joining me today. And we have the penultimate episode of the Skeleton Crew from Star Wars. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised. I didn't expect to see what we saw, especially from Jod. I may have gotten his character wrong. I think I did. It's possible that he is still a child of the Jedi, a child of the Jedi Temple. It's also possible that he's still maybe a Dooku acolyte or a Dooku apprentice turned bad. I think all of that can still be true, but he really showed his true colors here. Jod was lucky that the kids just happened to grab him with the arm, and then, yeah, he's just like, phew, lay waste, dude, lay waste. I'm actually pretty surprised to see that from Jod. I probably shouldn't be. This dude's been threatening to kill Jod every which way for the last, what, 2-3 episodes? Maybe? I mean, probably since the beginning of the show. So it's no doubt that he was just like, phew, get it over with. Now I'm the boss. Who wants to fight me, huh? Who wants to fight me? So it was basically for his own survival, because I know that Brutus was going to, he even told him, he's like, you know, first chance we get, I'm gonna kill you. And then Jod was like, all right, cool. But another thing is, why is Jod messing around and not taking off the handcuffs every chance he can? It's really weird to me that he is always getting thrown into the airlock and stuff like that, and he doesn't use his force abilities to get out of those situations. Same reason we saw him in the prison in the very second episode. Like, he has these force abilities to get out of chains and situations, and he doesn't use it. So I don't know if it's just convenience. I'll have to think about it, but it might be just convenience, but it might be he has bigger plans. And how truthful is he? He seems pretty truthful to the kids when he's talking about he is a villain, he is a scoundrel, he is willing to carve up the kids' parents to get what he wants. How much do you think is truthful? Let me know down in the comments below. How much of that do you think is truthful? Because at this point, I don't even know what is truthful either here. I don't. It could be a thing again about him wanting to scare the kids just so he can get the job done. So it may be more so he just wants to get the job done. He just wants this to be done. So he is threatening, but he may not actually do it. I'm curious what his play here is. We get told that he is willing to carve up these kids' parents. And then we see the kids' parents meet the kids right in front of Jod, and then he sparks a lightsaber. We don't know what happens next. I'm curious if this is them messing with us. Maybe he turns good and he is like, oh, I'm ex-Jedi, blah, blah, blah. I'm here to say I saved your kids, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe he just accepts a reward, or is he downright scoundrel and he is going to take over the planet the only way he can, and that's going to put an end to AT-ATN and everything. So I am thinking he is a scoundrel. I am thinking he is a bad guy. I'm thinking that he is going to try to bring down the pirate ship into AT-ATN. It's also possible that AT-ATN's defense system, defense grid, and supervisor are also going to possibly put an end to Jod. And I do believe we'd see some of the pirates in his crew in season 3 of Mandalorian. I think I'm curious where this is taking place in the timeline, and if the people on the frigate think that he is just gone and there's no communication between him and the surface of AT-ATN because of the barrier. Are they thinking that he's just gone and he perished, you know? And then they just move on after that. I need to do a little bit of research if the frigate that is Jod's is actually the ship from Mandalorian Season 3. Let me know down in the comments below if it's the same thing. But yeah, pretty brutal, dude. Smee is gone. SM-33. He got his head chopped off by Jod. I was actually shocked they did that. Pretty good. It shows that Jod is not messing around anymore, and he doesn't care. He has a lightsaber. He has the Force, and he's going to use them to get what he wants. And you saw how happy he was with the gold just raining on his face. That's a weird thing to say. But yeah, this episode was mostly about getting the kids home, getting through the barrier, and getting into AT-ATN. And what actually the barrier is, it's a like cloud cover, but then it has these machines in them, and it's very, very Old Republic, you know? These machines that are able to lock onto vehicles and blow them out of the sky. Pretty crazy stuff. Figure out that the Onyx Cinder is actually an Old Republic AT-ATN ship. So I don't know how. I don't know how they were able to get their hands on an AT-ATN ship. That way he can fly it into the planet. That is a mystery for another day. It's possible that there were emissaries coming and going from AT-ATN throughout the thousands of years. And it's quite possible that he then stole a ship that was just happened to be correct or something. Or he stole a ship from another planet when they went to like Bad Baden or whatever the freak they're called. So I don't know when he would have gotten a ship that is from the planet. But we find out that that is the reason why the Onyx Cinder can get through the barrier. Kind of a Trojan horse type of deal. So there wasn't any other big revelations in this episode. It was purely just getting the skeleton crew, Jod, any of the pirates down to AT-ATN and having this face-off with Jod, with the parents, and with the kids. It was good to see the parents actually do something. I'm not sure how that was useful. Maybe they thought it was going to be useful if the kids are still very far away and they can receive a signal. But story-wise, this was used to show Jod, the kids' parents, who they are, but then also to put the kids in line to have that threat. Jod is not messing around. He knows who the parents are, and he is willing to lay waste to them. So that makes the kids agreeable. They are allowing Jod to say what he needs to say to get what he needs to get. It was a touching moment to have all the kids finally meet up with their parents again. And that moment too, with the parents' message to the kids, it's really putting everything into perspective and showing the kids what's on the line if Jod gets in there. So Wim, hey, good job, dude. He tries to fight his way out, but it is all for naught. I'm curious. The parents knew what this place was, and they said as soon as you've graduated or whatever, you figure out what this planet is. The kids, when they're younger, are kind of kept at arm's distance about what this planet is. So I'm curious, what are the capabilities of these parents, of these robots, and of the supervisor? You would think if you were the Old Republic that you would not leave the power of the supervisor in the hands of someone who may not be powerful. I'm curious. If this is Old Republic we're talking about, and it's funny because Jod says hundreds of years, dude, it's probably thousands. AT-ATN has been lost for thousands of years. It's not hundreds. Hundreds is Old Republic. Or I mean, fuck. High Republic. This planet should be lost for thousands of years. So it is thousands of years if it's Old Republic credits. If it's the Old Republic, it's not the High Republic. That's a different era. That's a different era. I'm curious too if the showrunners and Star Wars, Lucasfilm in general, is thinking that these Republic credits are actual Republic credits. God, I can't say that. Actual Old Republic credits. So thinking prequel era. Are they prequel era Republic credits, or are they Old Republic credits? I think they're Old Republic. But again, we could be using Old Republic differently than Lucasfilm. Bigger conversation there. But yeah, man, another great looking episode. I liked the graphics. The CGI looked really good. And you can tell there were some shots that I could tell that they're using the screen technology that they overuse with Mandalorian and Acolyte. And they're using it for a good reason here. Jude Law, I believe, is standing in front of a screen, and the screen is the elevator, and then the vault door, and it opening and having the light and stuff like that. I think that is all on the set that they built with those huge screens, the 360 screens, and the Unreal technology. I keep forgetting the name, Stagecraft. I keep forgetting the name of what it is. I think that was a good use for it. It makes it really real. And I bet as an actor, it gives you perspective on what you're seeing in front of you. So having all that work done beforehand, I think is very useful in this regard. And I think this show, it's cheaper than the Acolyte. I'll tell you why it's cheaper from the Acolyte, because they actually know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, dude. These are actual filmmakers. These are actual artists who know what to do with the technology. That's it. Easy story. And that's why this show looks way better than the Acolyte, because as Leslie Headland herself says, Fake it till you make it.
And pretend like you know how to do it. I know what's going on. I didn't at all. And I think it shows in the movie.
Or until you spend $240 million and no one watches your stuff. At least this is $130 million and no one's watching it. Except for me, I care. Why do I care? But yeah, this was the penultimate episode. We are one episode away from the finale of Skeleton Crew, which should be happening next week. What are your thoughts on the show? What are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know down in the comments below. Brutus is out, Jod is in, and is he going to hurt anybody to get what he wants? We'll find out next week. But as always, if you like what I do here, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. It really does help out the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts on Skeleton Crew, this episode, this season at all, and Star Wars in general. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.